friends, it's Peggy Noe from PrettyPaperCards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here with my little dog Ellie today. She's just kind of in her normal mood. She finished her lunch. She just eats her lunch late, and then she gets ready for her little nap. It's very warm here today. I'm wondering what it is in the rest of the country. We've had a really big heat wave here and dry Santa Ana weather. You know, the plight of those in Southern California, but true, it's, you know, very dry. They've been asking us to, you know, watch out for fires and be careful and everything. That's part of the problem with being in this area of the country. But it's good to see you guys. Thank you so much for popping on. Next Monday is Valentine's Day, so we're already getting ready for Valentine's Day here. I've got my Valentine's heart earrings on, and Ellie has a pink bow. Now on Friday, when we do our Friday live, she's got a really cute dress that she's gonna wear. So be watching for that. Come back on Friday to see Ellie's Valentine outfit. And it's really cute. And I have something cute to show you that one of my team members gave me and my husband some really cute little boxes. And she gave me the recipe, but I haven't had time to make them. They are teeny tiny. Look at how cute these little boxes are. I'll turn it around to the back, and it's just stapled at the top with a little mini stapler. And those are, it's a leaf. I think that's a leaf die that looks like angel wings there. That's one. And here's the other one. There's the other one. Made with our ribbon and our paper. That's some of our Sweet Talk Designer Series paper. Let's see, let's get it in there where you can see it. Aren't those just the cutest? I haven't opened them, so I don't know what's inside, but I'm thinking maybe it's about the right size for a chocolate kiss. You know, something like that, but I'll see if I can hold them both together with one hand. Aren't they just adorable? It's my friend Tammy who made these for us. And they're just too cute. I'm saving them for Valentine's Day, and then we're gonna open them up and see what's inside. So it's a fun time of year to get ready for Valentine's Day and get our cards mailed out and everything. And there is a lot going on. I have a lot of announcements to tell you. So I'm gonna put down little Miss Sleepy Pie now and let her go to her bed, her little pink leopard bed that she has, and let her take a little nap. And I'm just going to adjust the camera a little bit like this. So, announcements. Roz, it looked like, hi Allison, it looked like the Cloud Punch, Roz, but it was actually, she told me it was a leaf. A leaf. Yeah, they look like mini milk cartons. You're exactly right, Allison. Pam, good to see you. Yeah, Ellie just went down for her nap. She just couldn't hold on. She was too sleepy. Plus, I think the warm weather makes her more sleepy. Okay, announcements. What do we have for announcements today? My February class to go it's a really quick turnaround this time. And the class to go is going to be use the Flowering Rain Boots bundle. The stamp set, if you want to get just the stamp set, or the stamp set and the dies. And this is it's really one of my favorite sets in the new mini catalog, the mini spring catalog. I just love it's like a plant lovers set, you know, with the rain boots, the watering can, the flowers, their tulips, and a little seed packet, and really cute sentiments. I really like it. And so I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek. You're going to make 3 cards, and I kept them in the plastic bag, so I hope you can see them. That's one. And here's another one using my favorite gingham, black and white gingham ribbon. And here's the third one. This is kind of my favorite, a square card with tulips in pots. And those are the cards you're going to make. You get all the supplies and a half a pack of the, let me see, it's the tulip paper, Flowering Fields, a half a pack of that, and either the stamp set or the bundle, whichever you prefer. So I did have the cutoff as tonight because I started it Sunday night, and I usually just give 3 days, but I will extend it until Thursday, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Pacific, and so that'll be Thursday, February 10th at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific, to let me know if you want to pre-order my class to go for February, and then I will send you a PayPal invoice, and then after I get all the funds in, then I place the order with Stampin' Up. That's their policy. But it's a really cute set, and I think you're really going to love it. So email me at Peggy@prettypapercards.com if you want to take the class to go for February. It's really a cute one. Okay, another announcement. The All Together set. Let me get this straight. Okay, I hope you can see this. The All Together collection is really what it is. A stamp set, dies, and designer series paper, and the Neutrals collection Stampin' Blends. That's 10 new Stampin' Blends in various neutral colors. And it comes in a package of blends for $45 now. After this, you'll have to buy them separately, but the price will still be the same. They're $9 for a package of 2, unless that goes up with the new annual catalog. So if you want to get this, it's live to customers, and these dies down over here, I love word dies, and these are great word dies. I've seen a lot of really cute projects with this collection. So if you're interested, head on over to my online store. The link is right up above. And the stamp set is all that I know of that continues, the stamp set and the blends. I believe the dies and the designer series paper are limited while supplies last. So if you're really interested in any of those, be sure to get them while they're available, because we never can tell with the while supplies last. You love that bundle? I don't know if you're referring to that. I'm thinking you mean the Rain Boots bundle, Roz. They are super cute. I love it too. Okay, what else is new? Celebration. We only have until the end of this month for Celebration, so if there are any free gifts that you wanted to get from the Celebration catalog that you didn't get, snap them up now while you can. A free gift for every $50 order in my online store, and the free gift is from the catalog, the Celebration catalog. If you don't have one, email me and let me know, and I'll get one to you right away. Peggy@prettypapercards.com. Okay, today we are going to have a sneak peek, and I'm really excited to show you this. Oh, you mean the All Together set too? Both of them, yeah, they're both fabulous, really. And I like that those hands in the All Together set, the fingers that form the heart, very, very cute. Okay, so I'm going to turn you down now. Let me go over there. And there are my hands, but I am going to show you the sneak peek. So beginning next month, Stampin' Up! Is releasing an early release of an item that's going to be in the new annual catalog, and it's called Waves of Inspiration, and it's a beautiful bundle. And let me get my camera going correctly there so you can see it even. Okay, straight. And this is such a pretty collection. It's beginning next month, beginning in March. You'll be able to get all the items I'm going to show you today, but these items will continue on, these two, into the catalog, the new annual catalog. But I wanted to get it right away, and you'll see why, because it's so beautiful. So this is the stamp set with okay, you guys always tell me what's right as far as this. Is that a crane? I don't know for sure. That bird on pilings, I think. And this beautiful wave, There's a little tiny swallows and great sentiments. But wait till you see the dies. Not only is that a beautiful set, but look at these dies. Now what I want to show you is there are two different waves dies. Here's the first one. Let me see if I can hold it out so you can actually just see it. There's the first one. And they're just slightly different. This one is a little more square. So I saw that it's kind of square up here on the edge. And then this one is rounded, fully rounded along this edge right here. Pelican. Great. Thank you, Roz. I love that you guys always help me with this. So you have two beautiful wave dies, and I'll show you in a minute why you're going to love them. You have a die that cuts out the pelican on the pilings. You have cloud dies, and I'm going to show you about those in a minute. These are what I think are swallows, but two birds. And then these are two fun label dies. I love it when they include label dies with our die sets because it gives us so much more flexibility. So let's see what else comes with this, okay? Jewels. The Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels. Now these are only while supplies last. These are not, they don't continue into the annual catalog. But Coastal Cabana and Night of Navy are the two main colors in this set. And I think that could be pool party, or I don't know. Let me see if it says here. It doesn't say, but they're beautiful blue. Gorgeous blue jewels that you are going to love. Seagulls, Allison. Okay, pelican or seagulls? Oh, the little ones are seagulls. Okay. I'm just going to call them birds, okay, because sometimes I mess up with that. And the paper. Okay. Look at this paper. First of all, foil. Night of Navy. Look at this beautiful foil. You get, there you can see my reflection, 2 pieces of each 12 by 12 color in a pack, so 6 pieces in a pack, silver foil, and this is the Coastal Cabana. Oh my goodness, I love this one. It's doing a good job of reflecting what's going on here in my little filming spot, isn't it? Allison, you like birds, yes. So this foil, this is your set of foil, and these do not continue. These are while supplies last, and so this whole collection will be available to customers on March 1st. Now, one little caveat that I want to let you know is that if you purchase the starter kit, now you can get all of this stuff just like I have it. It's one good reason to be a demonstrator, and it's a reason I like being a demonstrator, to get everything first. And now wait till you see this, the Designer Series paper. Okay, I've been using it, and you'll see in a minute. But it's beautiful waves of the ocean. And I've got them pretty much laid out so you can see both sides. Isn't that beautiful? And they said that at Stampin' Up, the designer poured paint and mixed water, and then that's how these designs came to be. But they are just amazing. It's kind of different, I think, than anything we've had before. And here's where your Coastal Cabana comes in. Look at that. And like bubbles, I love the bubbles. Here's another light color. I'm trying to get my papers to sit over to the side. Look at this. Doesn't it just make you feel like you're in the ocean? I wish we had a little Nemo stamp, because I feel like Nemo should be in these beautiful waves. Look at this one. This is gorgeous. I think that's a Granny Apple Green. And there's your Coastal Cabana again. And one more sheet. Let me get it there. A beautiful deep Night of Navy. Aren't those gorgeous? I know. They're fabulous. I just love them, and it's not really even my style, but I couldn't wait to get my hands on these things. So I'm going to show you, I've made 4 different samples, and we're going to make one today. but this is one I made. And this is one of the sentiments that I really like. Our friendship is a thing of beauty. And so I added an additional bird. Can you see that? And I stamped him out of a little different color. I think this might be early espresso and this is crumb cake. And I colored in their beaks with pumpkin pie. So there are two birds on the pilings there. And this is what happens when you use the die. So I took some of the designer series paper, I stamped, can you see in there the blue? I stamped the wave stamp, and then I die cut the wave die cut out of the Coastal Cabana foil. Isn't that beautiful? Doesn't that go together just beautifully? And then inside I've just been using the little baby birds. Hi Cherie, yeah, wow, it is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And it really is. Okay, so that was card number 1, and here are some of the jewels. Look how pretty they look on there because they are the same color as the foil, the Coastal Cabana color. And for the envelope, I just used the little baby birds. Okay, this I think is the best card. I like this one the most. This shows 2 different designer series papers. Now, one of the colors in the designer series papers is petal pink, and so I put a little, just an 1/8 of an inch of petal, a piece that sticks out just an 1/8 of an inch on all sides of petal pink cardstock. Can you see that? And that's lifted up on a dimensional, so the whole panel is lifted up. Here's one of the little birds that you cut with the dies, and that's out of the Night of Navy foil. The circle is out of the Night of Navy foil. On these pilings, the actual stamp has some rope around, and so I used some baker's twine and put that. I hope you can see that well enough. And then I stamped one of the stamps in Night of Navy, Your Strength is an Inspiration, and tied it on, because you can tie things with this label die with more linen thread. But one thing I want you to see, and we're going to play with this a little bit today, can you check out that upper cloud? Do you see how it has little swirls in it? Okay, I'm going to show you. That's what these dies do. Here's the first die for the cloud, and then this one you cut out, and it puts those little swirls, and you glue it onto the first one. And now we'll go back and look at how pretty this looks. I love what it does to those clouds. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, well, you know, it's not even, I'm going to say, Roz, it's not me, it's the product. Because you can do the exact same thing, and then the little jewels. And for the envelope, look how pretty that paper looks on an envelope flap. Isn't that gorgeous? So that's my favorite card. And then I decided to go simple because the wave itself, the wave stamp itself, is very beautiful. And I just stamped it on basic white. And this is just jade. It just reminded me, you know, some of the ocean waves look kind of green like that. I put a little piece of just jade cardstock just on one side, and I put the little baby birds in there. Now for the With Sympathy, it just was calling out to me that it would be a beautiful sympathy card. And so for this With Sympathy is not in the set, but one of the celebration sets called Special Moments, you get this with a $100 order. It has some really gorgeous sentiments, and it has this pretty With Sympathy. So I used that for this card. And it was simple, easy to do, using the label die from the set. And I might make several more to just have on hand. Oh, Roz, yours is coming tomorrow. Good, you're going to love it. Okay, and then the one we're going to play around with today, I decided to try to make a completely different thing and go a different direction altogether. And I created this card. And I used, well, we're going to do it, but I've already pre-cut this from the Brilliant Rainbow dies out of the beautiful foil. And then I've used some of this petal pink ribbon, cotton ribbon. And the papers are just so gorgeous. I really love that color, and look how pretty the jewels look on there. But for ours, we're going to add a cloud because I want you to see how the cloud works. So let's get started on our card. So of course we start with our standard 8.5 by 5.5 piece of basic white and scored at 4 1/4. And then we're going to go ahead and glue this down, and then we're going to work on the more orangey, more petal pink looking piece. See, there's the back of that, very pretty. It's hard to decide, isn't it, which piece to use, and front or back, because they're just so gorgeous. That's my husband making noise in the kitchen. I don't know why he does that when he knows I'm having a live, but he's playing around in the kitchen. That's what happens when your spouse is retired with you. Okay, now our second piece is one of this color piece, which I really like. And I pre-cut this beautiful scallop from the Brilliant Rainbow dies. And we're just going to glue that right across there. Now I'm going to go ahead and glue it before I trim it off, because I want to make sure that I get it exact. And the trick here is just the tiniest bit, and you only need to put the glue just on that top band. It's just the tiniest bit. It really will hold very well. That's even a little too much. And then I tell you, let it sit for just a minute. We're going to let it just kind of air dry for just a minute, because that way it won't smooch out so much. So we're just going to lay it across kind of the bottom 1/3. The trick is to get it even. And we're just going to let that sit there and dry for just a minute. And I don't think anything came out. When you just put that thin strip and dry it for just a second, that works really well. So let's make sure it's really dry there, and then we'll snip off the edge right up next to the piece, just like that. And there you have another little piece of that scallop that could be at the end of a tag or anything. Really nice. Now what we're going to do is tie our ribbon. I had to write this. I started writing with a regular pen and it smeared off, so I had to do it with the Sharpie, because it comes as a dual pack with blue, and I couldn't remember the name. So it's Cotton Ribbon Combo Pack from the Spring Mini, and the color is Petal Pink, and because it is, you can see it goes beautifully with this paper that has Petal Pink in it. So let's tie a bow around here. Or you could tie a knot, or you could just adhere it in the back. You can do a lot of different things. I personally just like bows. I like to use our pretty ribbon. And we're just going to tie the bow off to the side so that our sentiment will be the feature on the right. So we're going to tie the bow on the left and just have it right above. Can you see that? Yeah, right above the scallop there. So let's see if I can do this with you watching. I usually can. I've got my Valentine's nails going. I've got to do everything. You know, you got to celebrate. I think I told you my kind of word for this year is happy. And you got to just, lots of things are going on, but I just want to be happy this year. So I'm having fun with my nails and my fun earrings, and I hope you're being happy too. Just, even if bad things are going on, we can still be happy. Okay, there's our pretty ribbon. And now we're ready to adhere this piece down with multi-purpose glue. It's kind of a shame to cover that beautiful dark navy, isn't it? It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Marcia Long, good to see you. Oh, you're welcome, Cherie. Yeah, it is a good little tip to let that glue dry just a second. And look how pretty. I just can't, I love the way this foil ties in with this border. If you're seeing it in person, it just matches absolutely exactly to the navy, and it really looks so nice. Okay, now we need to do our sentiment and cut that out, and we're going to also die cut our clouds. So let's start with our sentiment, and the one I'm going to use is, where's my oh, here we go. The one I'm going to use is You Are Totally Awesome, because that could be used for a birthday or an encouragement, just almost anything for a friend. So I'm going to use Misty Moonlight this time. My Night of Navy ink pad isn't as, it's kind of what I call pooping out. And so I don't have the Night of Navy refill. So I'm going to use this Misty Moonlight. Oh. Maybe an Amazon package or something. Okay, a little bit of ink over there. I'm going to fix that and then put that right in the center of my scrap. You're so totally awesome. Love it. Love it. And we're going to get out our mini boss here and run this through with the die. Let me find it here. Okay, here is the label die, and so we've got our plate 1, and I love the way these are. We don't even have to think. Plate 2, there we go. And put this on, and then we're going to cut it, and it fits really well. That's when what I really like, when you have a stamp set that has label dies, they're meant to fit the sentiment stamps just perfectly, and I love that so much. So we're just going to run this through this little mini boss here. Saw a little something come up on my computer. Okay, there we go. So here's our sentiment all popped out. Isn't that just cute? Yeah. And now let's, I've got an extra piece here for us to do those clouds. And let's see how that works. I want to show you how it works. Okay, so here is the big cloud. And there's one of these for the small and the big. There are 2 sizes of clouds, but I'm just going to use the bigger cloud today. So you just have the main cloud and the little swirls on the cloud. And you just cut those out of white, or a gray, or one of those. I'm thinking maybe that Marvelous paper in Celebration in gray would be really pretty, because it might have a gray cloud. Okay, so here are our 2 little pieces right here. And let's just see how those work. So here's the front of our cloud. And I might need to use my scissors just to get a hold of this little guy, because he's so tiny. And it just sits right on the bottom there. Isn't that just cute? I know it's not as close up for you as it could be. I'll hold it up here in a minute. So again, you don't need to put glue everywhere. Just a couple of tiny dots where, in the wider areas. You don't need it absolutely everywhere, because it'll hold just couple tiny dots. Okay. And the trick to this is to make sure the bottom of this little swirly piece is right down at the base of the cloud. So I just get it right there at the base and hold it and let the rest fall over. Okay? Now let's see. Now there, can you see how that looks so swirly? Can you tell? Oh, Anthony, hello, good to see you. We are making a swirly cloud from the wavy dyes from the beautiful new Waves of Inspiration bundle. I just love this cloud. I really just went nuts about this cloud. So here's our card, what we've done so far. And now we have both our sentiment and we have our little cloud. And I think it probably would be best if we made more. Maybe we could have 2 clouds, but I'm just kind of, I don't know. I really just wanted to show you how to make the cloud and not take the time to make a bunch. So we're going to put our sentiment on with our Stampin' Dimensionals. And don't waste your dimensionals. Just 2 is plenty. You could probably even get away with 1. And then what I want to do is make sure that this edge does not come onto the blue. I want it to be back on that, and actually that's Calypso Coral, I think, there, along with Petal Pink. So there's our sentiment, and then I'm going to use, let me see if I need 1 or 2 dimensionals for the cloud. I really think 1 is just fine. And we'll put this guy right up in here. Isn't that just cute? I love it. I'm going to trim my tails, and then I'm going to put on some of those beautiful jewels. And I have a little trick for you for the inside of your card too. Okay, so where did our jewels go? And we're going to award our prize at the end. Oh my goodness, what did I do with my jewels? Oh, here they are. Okay. So I'm going to use the Night of Navy jewels because they look so pretty with this Night of Navy. And I'm just going to put our 3 the way we regularly do, the odd number. And they're self-adhesive, so you don't need to worry. I think I'll put 1 up here and 1 down over here. Isn't that just a beautiful card? I think it's not the wave thing. Let me trim this some more, but it's just a different option. You know, you can make it into kind of a feminine card, or you can use the waves. Now for the inside, I have a little trick I'm going to do, if I can find my papers. So I did this over the weekend with the class that I had, my local class, and we all really liked it, to put a little something on the inside, not a stamp, but a little preview or a little bit of the paper. And this paper's so beautiful. I really want to use it. Thank you, Roz. Oh, Anthony, you just you're a real sweet guy. You compliment us. We appreciate it. And so I'm going to put both colors of the DSP down here because I think it just looks kind of nice. So the first one is 1 inch, and the second one is a 3/4 inch strip by 4 1/4, which is your the width of your inside. And so when the person opens up their card, they just have that little cute little, reminder of what's on the outside. Now we also could have stamped some of the little baby birds, whatever they are, swallows or whatever. We could have stamped some of those around, and we could also put them on the envelope. But actually for today, I'm just going to leave it like that. So let's review the different cards that I showed you today, because this set is just so beautiful. I had one more, my better one that I really like. Oh, here it is. Okay, right here. Let's see, we'll put this down here. So those are our cards for today. I really had fun using this, and using this whole collection, this suite. And remember, the paper, the jewels, and the foil are not available after the new catalog goes live in May. So the only time you have to get them is while supplies last, and it goes on sale on March 1st, I think. So this is your sneak peek. I wanted you to be totally prepared. And now I'm going to come back and we're going to do our award our prize. And last week's prize is one I didn't even really want to give up, if you remember. It's the iridescent rhinestones, these beautiful new rhinestones that I love so much. And so I did the random number generator, and it came up with one of our Facebook viewers, Lori Magnuson. I haven't seen Lori on here today, but I think she might watch the replay. So Lori, I'm pretty sure I have your address, but it doesn't hurt for you to email me at peggy@prettypapercards.com to make sure I do have the right address for you, and I'll get these out to you right away. They're gorgeous. I wanted to keep them. So you're lucky I'm still giving them away. Okay, and the gift for next week is this is paper lattice. Now this is something that I gave as a host code gift to all of my customers in January, and I had one left over. And this is very fun to work with, especially with some of the plant stamp sets, and like our new little cactus set in the Celebration. What is that one? Island Vibes in Celebration. This is one free gift you can get. And that would be just cute with this paper lattice. So if you want the paper lattice as a prize next week, write prize in the comments, and you'll be put in the random number generator a week from today. So today is February 9th, 2022, and I'll draw for this in the morning of February 16th, 2022. So put prize if you want this either on YouTube or Facebook. I combine them both when I do the random number generator, so you're all mixed in together, anybody that writes the word prize. So thank you guys so much for popping in. It's so good to see you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and come back on Friday. We're going to have Ellie dressed up for Valentine's Day, and more of my pink earrings. I am just nuts about these earrings. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.